while we're on the subject, I know that you and Sam traveled a lot internationally. Why don't you
A
say
great deal. As a matter of fact, since we were both teachers, we had sabbatical leave, so twice we took 6 months off and just traveled. And once we took a whole year off and just traveled. And that was just wonderful. Uh, we took one 6 month period just traveling through Europe, Eastern and Western. And we took one 6 month period, we spent one 6 month period in Mexico. And then we took a year off. We just kind of, went here and, hey, while we're here, we're close to, why don't we go there?
Well, that was to Asia, right? Because you were in Japan. You were talking about going to the peace conference in Japan that one time, and
We did.
that was just kind of a lark. It wasn't something you had planned on doing.
Oh, yeah, well, that's what was fun. And we both loved to do things on the spur of the moment. So we say, hey, what's happening tomorrow over here? Why don't we go there? So, okay. It was a lot of fun that way.
You weren't intimidated by the bad things that could happen. You only saw the positive things that could happen, and that's so healthy.
We didn't even think in terms of anything happening on the spur of the moment.
Well, I'm saying, that's
While
healthy.
While we're here, why don't we go there?
My perspective is all the things that could go wrong. So I'm saying I could think, we could be kidnapped. Is it safe? I always think
Oh boy, that would never dawn on me in a million years.
that's good. That's good.
Did you have some favorite place that you visited, or some place that you went back on several occasions,
Uh,
or was just everywhere great?
One of my favorite places was Prague. Yeah. For me, it was like stepping back into the mid-century or something. It was fascinating to me. But we had a good time wherever we went. Partly because we enjoyed each other's company so much, and that's always a boost. And partly we both loved change. Loved to be here today, tomorrow be over there.
See, that's the optimist too, because somebody like me who has a tendency to struggle with negative thoughts and discouragement, whatever, I see change as threatening, and the optimist sees change as, wow, that's going to be fun. That's something different.
Yeah. Well, we really never paid much attention to what ifs. We just, we're here and this was fun, and we're close to, why don't we go over there? And hey, what's going on tomorrow if we go over this place? They're having a festival of da-da-da-da-da-da, where we go to that thing?
And you both shared a real love of different cultures, didn't you?
Yeah, we were well matched. And that was good. He had been unhappily married once, and I had been unhappily married twice, so we really appreciated each other.
More so than maybe if you had met just the
That's
first.
right. Yeah. But I don't know how many people can say of their former mate, really fun to live with.
Oh, I have no doubt that Sam was the best thing that ever happened in your life. You two were absolutely deeply devoted to each other. I was shocked when I heard that he passed away, because he was somebody to me that was bigger than life. There are some people that you think are indestructible. You say, this guy's too tough. This woman's too tough. This can't be true. And I heard about it, and I was absolutely stunned. He just had a heart attack? Is that what it was? It was just real sudden? I mean, I never really heard a real descriptive I just heard Sam passed away and I was shocked.
You know, our whole thing happened so fast. We had been up north. Somebody in the family was getting married, I don't know who it was, and we went up there. And when we came back the next day, we went somewhere else and that was fine. And the next day around 10 o'clock or so in the morning, Sam said, I'm having some pain, so I think you better drive me to Kaiser. I said, okay, so we get in the car, and we're driving for maybe 10 minutes, and he says, I'm okay now, we can go home. I said, no, we're not going home. If you had a pain, we're going to Kaiser.
Absolutely.
And we went, I think it was a Friday, and he said to me, well, they'll probably keep me over the weekend, and we can plan something for Monday or Tuesday. And then on Tuesday, I don't remember, he still wasn't really sick, but he wasn't well.
So when he went into the hospital, they didn't see anything wrong with him?
I don't even remember. I don't remember. Anyway, the whole thing happened real within, I think, a week.
So you weren't prepared for that? It just came out of the blue. How did you cope with that?
I went to Europe. And I remember I stayed with a friend of mine that day I arrived. And the next day I called the American Express and said, what have you got in the way of a tour leaving tomorrow? They said, Eastern Europe. I said, okay, sign me up. So I did. I went on a tour of Eastern Europe.
But that must have been so tough because you had been in those places with Sam, hadn't you?
Yeah.
I would expect that his family probably really rallied around you, though. They were probably sensational to you in those traumatic days, huh?
Well, I don't think either Nan or Pappy really approved of Sam. He was too intense for them, for one thing. You know, Pappy with moderation in all things, and Sam was just the opposite.
Sure.
His attitude was, you know, if something's good, let's go for broke. So,
But I bet that Sam's family really rallied around you and really made you feel
well,
comforted.
Sam's family was wonderful. I always said to him that one of the side benefits of my marriage to him was inheriting the Catswins. They're just terrific. Family I always wished I had, and they became that.
Well, now, he had two brothers, Pete and Lou, right, if I'm not mistaken?
One brother, Lou.
Well, who was Pete?
Pete was Lou's son.
Okay. Well, who was the one that died prematurely, that really died early?
No, that was, I forget his name, but it was that guy's brother,
Okay.
Dick.
Okay.
Yeah.
This has really been great. Been very, very enjoyable.
mumbling.
I said, this has been great. It's been very, very enjoyable. This is so healthy, I think.
Good.
I think knowing your roots are so important. And as I said the other day, that we often, not to you, but Caleb and a friend, that when we're young, we don't appreciate our ancestors. We don't appreciate our past that much. I mean appreciate in the classical sense of that. We don't realize the importance of it. And it's not until we get older that we start saying, gee, I wish I had plied my grandparents with more questions about their past. I wish I knew more about my parents and their parents. And then when we do, they've passed away. I mean, when we finally, it becomes important to us, then it's not that easy. So this is really marvelous just to get a feel for where we've come from.
Good.
And you have been a wonderful raconteur. I only wish that Josh and Ben in particular, because my other boys have been here with you, it just hasn't worked out that Josh and Ben have been able to get out here, and I wish that they could have firsthand had the opportunity to hear from your own lips about their heritage. And through this, they will. I'm still holding out hope that in the next year we'll be able to maybe make that reality, but now that they're grown, their schedules are out of their control sometimes. Really appreciate your sharing your past.